So I've got a report already created in the Power BI desktop, and you can see on the right hand side I've already got some data that I've pulled in as well. I've just added a simple bar chart to get us started, and I'm going to add some more visualizations now. There's a couple of different ways to start building visualizations. I can either grab fields out of this fields list on the right hand side and drag them over onto the canvas, or I can click this, choose the visualization from this visualization gallery. Let's start with something like a pie chart. When I choose this, I'll get a template just showing me kind of a placeholder. We don't know how to plot this pie chart yet, so we're just going to show this in grey. You can see over on the right hand side here, we've got an area that allows me to drag data fields in to start building the visualization. This will change based on the visual that you've selected. So I can see for a pie chart, I can add something to the legend, the details and the values. For a tree map, it looks a little different. And for all the other visualizations, you'll get something different. Let's add some data to this. So I'm going to visualize our units sold, and that's the value that I want to plot. And you can see as I drag things into this area, the visualization itself starts changing as well. Obviously, I need to split this pie up rather than just having one single solid piece. So let's start off by looking at this by different regions. So you can see just by dragging things into this fields area, I start to configure the pie chart to look exactly how I want. I can resize and move these visuals around by clicking and dragging on the canvas itself. And if I want to convert between different visualizations, I can use these options again at the top. And you'll see everything, all the fields that I used in the visual stay there. So if I make it into a column chart or some other type of chart, I get the same data just visualized in a different way. Let's add a tree map as well, and we can start to do some comparisons. So I was looking across our different geographies. Maybe this time let's look across our manufacturers. And again, let's look at the units sold. So a tree map's a great way of showing the contribution to the overall value. So I can see that the Natura manufacturer sold the most units, then Van Arsdale, then the Aliki, and some of the other ones, the smaller ones towards the end. You can also see as I hover over these visualizations, I get a tooltip that tells me exactly what the value is of that item that I'm hovering on. And this applies for all of the different visualizations that Power BI supports. For a pie chart like this, I also get a bunch of different formatting options. This paintbrush icon gives me access to all of the different choices that I can make to show exactly how this pie chart gets plotted. I can turn on and off a legend. I can customize the colors that are being used. I can turn data labels on and off. I can turn category labels on and off. So at the moment our category is Central, West and East. If I want to turn that off and instead show the actual data points, I can do that. And I can do things like turning titles in the background on and off as well. Underneath many of these, I'll get further options like being able to customize the text for this title. So this was unit sales. I can do things like changing the alignment or the background color to format this exactly the way that I want to. For other visualizations, I'll get slightly different options. So for the tree map, I get mostly the same. For bar charts, for example, I'll get control over the X and Y axis. For example, for the y-axis, I can actually go and set in, specify the scale that's used for that axis. If I always want it to go from 0 to 4 million, or sorry, by default it's going from 0 to 4 million based on the data that's being displayed, but I can override that if I want. So I make that up to 5 million. I can go and control that and have quite a lot of detail control over the formatting of these charts. In the rest of the lab, we'll go through some of the different visualizations, but that was just a quick overview of some of the top level controls that you've got over the visualizations on your page.